But never been on the wrong side of the law?
Who?
You?
Never.
Oh.
Why should I be?
I mean, just...
God forbid. यार अच्छे भगवान का नाम लो यार. Shyam Babu offered me Zubeda. I was the one who was scared. I started doubting his decision.
No idea. What do you mean? What do you mean?
That my film is going wrong and nothing is going to happen to this film. It is going to reach nowhere. That is the time I make sure that I party too much. Not only about national awards, it's about all the awards who are quite respected and revered. They should. It's their job to really sit down and seriously think about. And we were the actors coming from a generation too much of a rebel. Be it me or say Irfan or KK. We never tried to stick to the going patterns of performance.
One day I got a lamp and I just rubbed it and Genie came out.
And it was so easy.
I'm not aware of.
It is real.
MS Dhoni ke baad ab MSD hai.
People who look like Pratik Gandhi.
Right.
I mean, what are you talking about? It's completely true.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are doppelgangers of me who aren't rich. It becomes the image.
Hi, this is Sana Fazeen and welcome to India Today. I have with me the team of Inspector Zende. Chinmay, I'll start with you. How did the idea about taking this story and making it into a film came all about?
It came from Om, who is the producer, one of the producers of the film. And it started from a telephonic conversation where he asked me whether I know anything about Madhukar Zende sir.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, I know. He had, he was a very outstanding cop. And then with the conversation, this whole idea of focusing on this particular episode where he caught a criminal twice, a dreaded criminal twice, that came to be. And then when we actually met Mr. Zende and we got to read a lot of material about his escapades, that is when the idea of a film started, coming up. So yeah, that is how it all happened.
And how did you zero upon these actors?
Well, one day I got a lamp and I just rubbed it and Genie came out.
It was so easy.
We worked on the script. Unfortunately, COVID came in between. And post-COVID, we realized that, everybody realized during COVID the power of OTT platforms. And then we approached Netflix. Very kindly, Netflix agreed to be on board with the film. And then when we sat for the discussion about who should play the roles, the first name that unanimously came up was Manoj sir when we were discussing about Inspector Zende. We met him, he heard the script, he okayed it. And then there was a big question, who is going to play Karl? Because that was a difficult one to find. Finding a very charming young man who is in his late 30s, early 40s, who can pass off as someone of a Lebanese descent, with Indian blood, with a French upbringing. So it is too many boxes to tick, but somehow we found Jim Sarbh who ticked all the boxes. And apart from all this, they are both fantastic actors. So, that is how.
With him, I think it was a genie that would have just marked all tick boxes correctly for this part. But both of you, how exciting does it get to play real life characters, and especially characters who the contemporary people also kind of know about, have read about, they kind of have an image.
Zende is someone who is not that much, though he was quite a star in Mumbai in his time. But sadly, he was not that much known in North India. So I was a little oblivious about it. But yes, Jim's character is internationally well known.
Absolutely.
And he just now, a year back, he was released.
He sees to it that he is in the news. One year or the other.
So I personally feel that when a character is not that much known, there is a less risk. less headache of imitating him.
Yeah.
You know, but imitation actually somewhere limits you completely.
Absolutely.
It doesn't let you fly.
Yeah.
With Zende sir, I had that freedom of flying, of behaving, you know, and this is what Chinmay also wanted me to do. He never wanted me to meet Zende sir, who is 88 now.
Yeah.
He's still very fit, still leading his life on his own terms. So that was a boon for me because Chinmay and I were of the same opinion that you know, meeting him is not something which is important for this film.
Right.
Okay. So yes, I mean whatever you see on the screen is an imagination of writer director here and the actor, that is me.
Of course. Jim?
Oddly, I've played real people from history many times, but I'm not particularly drawn to that. I'm just drawn to a good story and
Okay.
an interesting script. And in this case, because he's so well known, the character that my character is based on, I did spend time going to this original source material, which is his interviews, which many are available on YouTube. And so I tried to see what of it I needed to take and what I needed to utilize, and what were the most important things that sets him apart from other people that you usually meet. So I tried to
Yeah.
do those things. And apart from that, I feel the same as him. I'm very glad that most of the characters that I've played, they don't have representations, audio-visual representations, because then you can, you know, embody the spirit and really create a character that will be fascinating to watch within the context of the film. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's all. Anything else? Real people?
Manoj, also it's very interesting now. There's this another Manoj school of acting that has come up. It's dry humor. There's a bit of expletives that are used. How do you feel about it now that other actors are kind of copying you, or there's another genre that's all about Manoj Bajpayee kind
That
of?
I'm not aware of.
It is real.
MS धोनी के बाद अब MSD है उसको हम drop
That's interesting.
Expletive is something I think I have reduced quite a lot now. Because I think all the directors now that I'm working with, they want to you know, change the track. They want to tell their story in a different way. But before these guys, there was Anurag Kashyap.
Yeah.
You know, there were many other directors who wanted, who are actually big rebels. You know, they wanted to get the behavior of the society on the screen, and they were quite right about it. And we were the actors coming from a generation who were too much of a rebel, be it me or say Irfan or KK. We never tried to stick to the going patterns of performances,
Yeah.
you know, or the cinema that was being, you know, celebrated. We wanted to. We were looking at it very differently. We wanted to compete with the world cinema. The directors of my time or the actors of my time, all of us were very aggressive rebels of our time, and the result is something that you've seen on the screen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but now slowly I realize that the time is changing very drastically all over the world because of the conflict that we are in. Everyone is angry with everyone. In this kind of a time, we as makers or the performers, we need to really reflect and see as to what kind of cinema or the performance we should be prepared with.
Right.
Right? Because eventually cinema is the reflection of everything that is happening. But if you go on Twitter, they say that, you know, cinema is the culprit. That is one thing that it has never changed. Everything that is wrong in the society is the cinema. Anyway, but now yes, the expletives are something what I observe that is reducing now. With the advent of OTT, suddenly everybody felt that there is freedom, because they were all suffocated by the censorship, and suddenly they thought that not Anurag Sharma kind of directors, they are very responsible filmmakers. But many other filmmakers thought that, okay, this is the time, let's go ahead and express ourselves fully, and the gali gali. So now we reached a point of saturation now. Now the most of the directors who I am working with now, one of them is Chinmay. They are not. They are coming from a different school of thought already. They are the product of different time altogether. So I think the actors are somebody. This is the beauty of our job, like James and mine, that we work with so many directors, and they have very different interpretation of direction and performances and cinema, and we have to fit ourselves into their scheme of things and perform well. That is the beauty of being an actor. Even you are an actor, right? So this aspect I really find it quite fascinating.
Interesting. But I think the kind of dry humor that Manoj you bring on screen, a lot of actors are actually inspired by that. I mean, for you were inspired by world cinema, but you are now becoming an inspiration for, I think, another generation of actors.
Thank you
for
very
sure.
much. Thank you if it's happening. But let me tell you, it's happening unknowingly.
Jim, also for you, like Chinmay was talking about how he wanted someone who has a French upbringing, Lebanese connect. They kind of found you. Does it get difficult for you to get like purely regular Indian characters because of the way you look, the way you talk?
Yeah, maybe to a certain extent, but no, I wouldn't say so, because this year I've had 2 releases, both completely different kinds of characters. One like an uber rich Mumbai type guy, but it was a Telugu film. Then one, I was a lawyer, living in a building where everyone has grown up together and from humble origins, and has become.
And your name is Vishnu in that.
My name is Vishnu. Yeah.
Sweet.
Then there's this. Then I just finished a show called Titan, where I'm playing a Parsi who's much older than me. So I'm bouncing around in all different characters. So I'm feeling quite happy and fulfilled like that. I'm not so worried.
Okay, because I remember I was speaking to Pratik Gandhi sometime back, and he said how he doesn't get characters who are rich. Like he always is looked, and you look like uber rich.
So yeah, that's. So now you wouldn't have thought that seeing me in Nirja.
Yeah, that is true.
You've thought that because you've seen me in Made in Heaven.
Yes.
And Made in Heaven became popular. So then I became associated with that. Before that I was associated with Nirja villain types. It's not a question.
It's all about what does well.
It's a question of what you're put in, what you do well at, and what becomes popular. Then that becomes what you are.
But also sometimes what happens that, I mean 28 years back I'm talking about, when Shyam Babu offered me Zubeda, I was the one who was scared. I started doubting his decision. Why sir, why me? I don't look like Prince. It's because I was completely, influenced by how society has defined Prince. Right?
And it's wrong.
And then he has given me a few photographs of the princes who existed in our country. And he said, tell me, who's better looking, you or them?
Exactly. I know so many rich people who look like Pratik Gandhi.
Right.
I mean, what are you talking about? It's completely true.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are doppelgangers of me who aren't rich. It becomes the image, it becomes the whatever.
It's always how a director is from which lens a director is looking at you.
Right.
It's always it's always up to the director.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what was the idea behind looking at this story through a humorous lens, Chinmay?
I am a humorous person.
Okay.
Though I don't look. Though I don't look.
Just that right now he's having cold.
Though I don't. Because I always keep on looking at things from a distance. Like there's a very famous quote, I think it's by Charlie Chaplin, where he says that if you look at life in a close-up, it looks like a tragedy. If you look at it in a long shot, it's a comedy.
Yeah.
So I have this habit of looking at life in a long shot.
Right.
And when we did the research for this film, the humor that has come in the film has organically emerged from whatever has happened. Like these 6 cops getting up from Bombay, going to Goa with one photograph. That was it, and a bike number. There is the scene in the film where there is a conversation between the mechanic guy and Inspector Zende. It is verbatim. It is it actually happened, and it is a very, very funny conversation. So the humor has come from the reality. It is not like we decided to make a comedy film and then we said let's fit now this into that. So it is the other way around.
Yeah. And because you lived in Mumbai for so long, do you have a Mumbai police story that you experienced?
And many.
Okay.
But it's just that I'm not allowed to speak. I can't speak in public about it. But I have too many friends
Okay.
in Mumbai police, and I have known them from the time Satya released.
Right.
So all of them wanted to meet me, and since then we have been in touch. So some of them actually retired, so they still call me on video while they are playing cricket with their old friends on some beach in Konkan beach actually.
Nice.
Oh, dekh Bhiku Matre. So, but listening to their their stories and how they managed to achieve that much of glory, so many of them, and so many of them are responsible for eradicating the whole mafia thing from Bombay. So many of those people are responsible for that. So their stories and in the manner they say it is so hilarious. It's so hilarious. You can actually make a comedy film on it. The way they narrate the whole.
But never been on the wrong side of the law?
Who?
You?
Never.
Oh.
Why should I be?
I mean, just.
God forbid. यार अच्छे से भगवान का नाम लो यार.
But Manoj, what is also interesting is that you could also have your own cop universe, the kind of cop characters that you've played. I wanted to
And
ask.
also criminals. Let me. Yeah.
We'll have a film where Inspector Zende goes after Bhiku Matre.
Yeah, I actually wanted to also.
Yeah, I mean, I played a mafia guy many times.
Yeah.
I played cops many times.
But what would be the conversation like if maybe Zende met Shrikant Tiwari or Inspector Summer for that matter?
Inspector Samar Pratap Singh. Oh, it will be amazing. They will be. Shrikant Tiwari will have a tough competition with. But Summer will have some laugh in his life.
Yeah. I was also thinking, what if Singham and maybe Chulbul Pandey kind of meets Zende?
Zende?
Yeah, Zende.
Zende will dismiss them.
Oh.
Please.
Interesting.
Because Zende is a very, Inspector Zende is a very self-assured and confident man.
Yeah.
You should meet him. Actually, you should go to Pune and interview him. He's 88 years old.
Wow.
Still walking 10,000 steps, and he cooks for his own meal, takes care of his own house, living alone.
Amazing.
And his children are one child is in Bangalore, one child is in US.
Wow.
I think in New Zealand.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Big guy.
Big guy. And
guy,
tall.
firm
handshake.
handshake. At 88,
So,
pretty incredible.
So he's somebody who doesn't think that anybody cannot be outsmarted by him. So he's that kind of a confident and self-assured person.
That's actually the proper connection between the both of them. Is both were very self-assured, very self-confident.
Yeah.
Sure, they'll be able to handle their own part of the
Amazing.
whatever the situation is.
Yeah. So Zende and Bhiku Matre season 2.
Bhiku Matre.
Sequel.
Season 2.
Jim Sarbh will be playing Jiku
But Jim, I was just reading an interview. You spoke about how you didn't know Telugu, but you wanted to be part of Kubera. Of course, you took that up. How important has it become to kind of widen your reach and do a South film in today's time?
Sorry, I can't stop thinking about something else. You know that it's a dad joke. You know the dad joke. It would be, "Hey Chinmay, why is your hair yellow?" Chinmay's like, "No idea. What do you mean?" What do you mean? What was the question?
How
Sorry.
important has it become to kind of maybe broaden your reach through other regional films also?
I don't think about it
Okay.
like that. I just don't think about things like that ever. Ever,
Okay.
ever. I think about the person who approaches me and how they approach me and what the script is and what the person seems like and what I imagine that the film will eventually be. That's about the
Yeah.
end of it, you know. And if I'm making some money also along the way, ideally, you know. That's about the extent. It's not like, oh, I'll do this and this will position me in this way. Maybe other people do that thinking and I'm sure that's really good for them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it works. I've just never been that kind of a person. For me, it's more day to day, what I experience in that time, whether I have time for something, whether I have the energy and the attention to spare. It's like
Yeah.
that.
But Manoj, interestingly, you've also never kind of chased the South cinema. What was the
I
idea
worked
behind
in a few of them.
Yeah.
I worked with them purely because of the admiration of the directors
Okay.
for my work, and they were hell bent on me doing those films. I've had a few good experiences, few not so good experiences, but what I enjoyed is being on a set which is very different from Mumbai film industry.
Right.
Okay, and that was an and when I'm out there, I make it sure that I enjoy. I hate being miserable on the set.
Yeah.
If I feel that my film is going wrong and nothing is going to happen to this film, it is going to reach nowhere, that is a time I make sure that I party too much. Because there is nothing in control.
Nothing else. Yeah.
But has that happened?
Yes, in a long career, it has happened.
You can't like every job. You can't like
that
every
is true.
interview.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I mean, once it has happened on the first day of the shoot, I realized, oh shit,
This
I made
is
a
not
mistake.
gonna-
I made a mistake. Now I have spent all the money that I have taken. So what to do? Now let's go and enjoy. I ordered a bottle of wine in the afternoon itself so that I can have it in the car while going home.
Manoj, I also need to ask you, there's this entire conversation around how you truly deserved a national award for Banda more than Shah Rukh for Jawan. When you hear such conversation, how do you kind of react?
I mean,
to it?
it's useless conversation because it's gone. Okay. When it comes to Banda, yes, a very special film in my filmography. So was Joram. I think Joram and Banda are always going to be on top of my filmography.
Yeah.
But thank you for really thinking about that. But I don't discuss these things because it's a very loser conversation.
Yeah.
Because since it's in the past now. What is in the past is just should be left alone.
A lot of also conversation is happening around how National Award is kind of losing its relevance. It's moving more towards commercial cinema because, of course, you've won previously. How do you look at it, and does that honor still matter the most to
I mean,
actors?
look, not only about national awards, it's about all the awards who are quite respected and revered. It's their job to really sit down and seriously think about how they are operating. Because eventually it is not my respect.
Yeah.
My respect, I take care of my respect, very carefully and cautiously. When I'm choosing a film, I'm being very, very responsible to the actor that I am. Similarly, each and every one, or each and every individual, or each and every organization has to think for themselves.
Absolutely.
That's not even my job, right?
Yeah.
If somebody else is losing the respect, they should seriously think about it. Why should I be thinking about them?
I was asking, what do you think about them?
No, that's what I'm saying. I am not thinking
Yeah.
about NBC. See, for me, the whole award system, the idea of it is wrong. You know, there are 4 great performances
Yeah.
in different genres
Genres.
altogether.
And now
Okay?
so many languages.
And you can't compare 4 great performances coming from four different genre of films, you know, competing with each other. They
True.
can't. You know, they can't. The challenges or the requirements were very, very different.
Absolutely.
So, all of them are great, but you are deciding to give one person the award. That's your setup, that's your system, which is good. If I get an award, believe me, I get an award, I make sure that I have a good time with the people involved with the film, and that is it.
Yeah.
It is just a matter, it's just a piece of decoration in your house. After that, nobody is, you know, every day I can't just make sure to stand in front of my award and say, wow, I got this. I mean, awards have, yes, I mean, I go to awards for only one reason, believe me, and I'm being very truthful here. If you're calling me to a place to honor me, I'll be a fool not to go there.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I go there because that person wants to give me respect. That's it. Nothing less, nothing more.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to reject your respect or your
True.
honor. Okay, if I start giving value to that honor very seriously, then there's something wrong in me, because there is a job right in front of me which is going to happen tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Chinmay will be expecting me at 7 o'clock in the morning for the shot. I can't afford to think about what I won last night,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it, and I personally think that you should not be taking these things very seriously in your life.
Great. On that note, thank you so much for this conversation and
Thank
all the
you.
best. Thank you.
Thank you.